The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, Claressa Shields, yes, Claressa Shields, the quote, some good news on her, some interesting news on her, some big news on Claressa Shields. It was reported that Claressa Shields has signed a deal with Sky Sports to fight in the UK, and that she'll be fighting Savannah Marshall very, very soon. She signed a deal with Sky Sports, and it was reported that she's going to have one fight in the UK on Sky, and then after that, she'll be fighting Savannah Marshall. This is what was told to BoxingScene.com from her promoter, Dimitri Salita. Now, Claressa Shields, she's accomplished so much in her boxing career. I know a lot of people don't like her. I like Claressa Shields. I respect her accomplishments, and I respect what she's done for not just boxing, but women's boxing as well. Now, Claressa Shields, when we talk about it, we're talking about a very accomplished fighter, two-time gold medalist, two-time undisputed champion. She might even be a three-time undisputed champion if Franchon Cruz wins her fight, becomes undisputed, and she beats Franchon Cruz. But that's another discussion for another day. What really matters in her career right now is this Savannah Marshall fight, because Claressa Shields has beaten pretty much everybody there is to beat around her weight classes. And this is really the fight that people want to see for a couple of reasons. Number one, Savannah Marshall punches she punches hard for a female fighter. She's a good puncher, a much harder puncher than Shields. So because of the size, because of the length, and the power, it makes it an interesting fight and an intriguing matchup. Secondly, there's history there. Marshall beat Claressa Shields in the amateurs, and a lot of people want to see if what happened in the amateurs, if it applies to the pros. And I feel like the winner of that fight should be in line for bigger and better things. And if the fight is good enough, if the fight is entertaining enough, and the fans want to see it again, maybe they can do a second fight, and that only bodes well for both women. So that's good news for Claressa, because she just earlier this year she made her MMA debut, and she fought that girl Brittany Elkin. And I don't know if her plans are to go the route of MMA, but I know that if Claressa Shields had the choice of doing the MMA or boxing, I feel like she would go with the boxing. I could be wrong. I don't know her like that, but I could be wrong. But I feel like Claressa Shields, she wants those big fights in boxing. She wants those big paydays in boxing, because she feels like she should have to go to MMA. And I don't think she should. I think Claressa Shields is talented enough, and she's done enough for boxing that she should be getting compensated in it. I don't think she should be getting compensated like above her pay grade or above her market value, but I think she should get something fair, something sustainable, and she should be afforded the chance if the numbers line up and the dollars make sense. And a fight like this with Marshall on British soil, with British television, with, I would assume, some American television as well, I don't see why she can't be making close to $1 million. I feel like this fight in the UK would sell well, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I really think this is a big fight over there. Maybe over here it wouldn't really mean much, because women's boxing and boxing in general is struggling in America. But over there in the UK, I think it might work. So I want to see this fight. Good. I think it's a good move for Shields, because I would hate to see her stick around in MMA and fight someone that's like really, really, really good. Because even though she won her MMA fight against the Brittany Elkin chick, she had a lot of losses, and she wasn't no elite fighter, and she struggled with her. So imagine if she would have fought somebody elite. She's just not ready for that yet, and she's good enough of a fighter to stay in her sport and stay in her lane, in which she's made a great lane for herself, which is the sport of boxing. So we want to see this fight. I don't want to hear about no other fights with Shields, not in MMA and not in boxing. The only thing that matters in her career right now is that Savannah Marshall fight, because there's been a lot of talk from Shields, and there's been a lot of talk from Marshall, and I keep the same energy with this fight as all the other big fights in boxing. It's time to shut up and make these fights happen and do what's right for the sport, because how could women's boxing expect to move forward and become more successful if one of the fights that people want to see within women's boxing, one of the only fights people care about within women's boxing, doesn't happen, and that's Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. So that's the news. Claressa Shields signs with Sky Sports. She'll be making her UK boxing debut soon in the pros, and she will have a fight in the UK, a showcase fight in the UK, and then they're saying that she's gonna fight Savannah Marshall. So make of that what you will. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who are you favoring when and if that fight ever takes place? I think it's a pick'em fight. I think it can go either way. I think Claressa Shields is a good boxer. I think she's bringing a lot to the table. But Savannah Marshall, with her length, her size, her power, and her boxing skills, and her confidence, her quiet confidence, she's bringing a lot to the table as well. So it's a hell of a fight, and I just want to see it happen. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.